With Christmas only 3 weeks away, New York was busy donning her gayest, most glittering lights. Across the river in downtown Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Paramount was enjoying a record crowd, a happy crowd. But among them was one man whose purpose in buying a ticket was far removed from watching a movie, whose purpose in coming was terror. Picture of a man about to plunge the greatest city in the world into terrible fear. The Mad Bomber was the most outstanding news story of the past decade, if not of the century. And the achievement of the New York Journal-American in its handling of this story was the most brilliant public service ever rendered. No one byline wrote the story. There is no one man who wrote it. Rather, it was the achievement of the entire staff. And yet that staff is symbolized by one man, Seymour Bergson, the distinguished publisher of the Journal-American. It is my pleasure to portray the role that Seymour Bergson played in this most outstanding journalistic achievement. It began on December 2nd, 1956. They're ready. They're rolling. The presses are rolling on deadline. December 2nd, 1956. The beginning of a holiday season New Yorkers would never forget. For the 32nd time in 16 years, an unknown, nameless madman left terrible proof of his existence and his power. New York City Police Headquarters on Center Street. Selected representatives of the press were asked to be present at the office of Police Commissioner Stephen Kennedy.
And the bomb is the same type as all the others. A piece of pipe wrapped up in a sock. The timing mechanism was also the same. That is, what was left of it. A picture of the bomber has been built up over the years. We've had handwriting experts, language experts, psychologists, psychiatrists, all go over his letters. They've given us an image of what the bomber is, and an idea of what the bomber does, or did.
Commissioner.
Just a minute. You boys represent the city's great newspapers. You reach millions of people every year. Well, we're going to ask you for your help. As of today, we're taking the wraps off of the bomber case. We're releasing everything we know about him. It's right there. So print everything. Maybe someone will remember something that'll give us a lead to him. Good luck.
A few blocks from police headquarters lies the East River and the 6-story building that houses the New York Journal-American. On the 5th floor is the office of publisher Seymour Bergson.
One of the radio cars got involved with another fake tip.
They met. Publisher, managing editor, assistant managing editor, city editor.
Exploring what?
And I think we could do more on the bomber.
More? We're giving it plenty of space.
I think as a newspaper, we're doing all we can.
Gentlemen, we're a little grayer than we used to be. Perhaps a little thicker around the middle. But it wasn't that long ago that we were all reporters. This room, we have a Pulitzer Prize, the winner of the Freedom of the Press Award, and a man who's been twice named as a Reporter of the Year by the Guild. And we've got the biggest story in this newspaper's 60-year history. Now, since when have we waited for the news to come to us?
Okay, where do we begin?
At the beginning.
Let's start with him, the bomber. What do we have so far on him?
From his letters, they figure that he's single, between 45 and 55, introverted, unsocial but not antisocial.
He sent some of the letters from White Plains.
And from his sentence structure, they've decided that he's a German. Or anyway, he was born in Germany.
He's neat with tools. Unfortunately, a very skillful mechanic.
And his resentment is growing, apparently. Pronounced egomania. He loves publicity. According to the psychiatrists, most likely a case of progressive paranoia.
Well, look, gentlemen,
These are all conjectures, rumors, deductions, some facts, all mixed together, all from different sources. We don't have one complete file on the bomber, one including everything we know about him. From every angle. Sam, start some of the boys working on that. From our own morgue, the police, that porter who was injured down in Penn Station. One complete file in front of us. The story's there. And gentlemen, the Journal has got to get it.
We'll get it, Seymour.
Good. By now, the holiday season was in full swing, except that this year there was something else. An undercurrent of fear, an awareness approaching alarm. It ran beneath the city's bright surface like some dark, muttering subway. Peace on earth, goodwill to man.
That's the last of it. We'll send it down to Berkston now. The file's complete.
Good. Steady desk. What? Where are you? Check. Photographer's on his way. Look, I'll switch you to rewrite. Carl Posey, take 8. Did you say this file is complete? Charlie, who's at the library at 42nd Street? Car 8. Get him over there. Coleman's there. He's on the 3rd floor. Kid went into the phone booth at the library. He dropped his dime. Bends down, he looks up, he sees a bomb under the shelf. Tossed it out the window into Bryant Park.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Regarding yesterday's bomb found in the New York Public Library. And this morning, Deputy Commissioner Walter Arm added, quote, "We're completely stymied. We're no closer to capturing him than we were when he started leaving the bomb 16 years ago. But we have every police officer out looking for the bomber, and that's the best we can do," end quote. This is your newscaster, David Kerman, asking you to stay tuned to this station. Further bulletins will be broadcast as soon as they are received.
Coffee?
No. Nothing. Nowhere. Only someone had seen him, talked to him, found out what it is he wants.
In his letters, he says he wants justice.
Yeah, justice for what? Why does he want justice? What kind of justice? What happened to set him off? Thousands of questions unanswered. All because we can't reach him.
That's for sure. We've got the haystack. We're not even sure the needle's in it.
There must be a way. The police think he's a mechanic. Perhaps through a union publication, a trade journal. Paul.
Yeah?
There is a way to reach the mad bomber.
Well, you're not sure who he is.
What's our circulation?
580,000 daily.
And millions of people we don't know personally. They buy us, they read us. We reach millions of people we don't even know.
And if he doesn't read the Journal?
We'll make him read it.
An editorial.
Better than that. A direct appeal. An open letter high up on page 1 where he can't miss it. Well?
I'll sharpen my pencil.
Peg, get me Commissioner Kennedy.
We're dealing with a mind that's obviously deranged. One that thinks in distorted terms, not logical ones. Have you ever thought that an open letter might anger him, might turn him against one of you or all of you?
We've thought of that, Commissioner.
Okay. Naturally, before you print the letter, I'd like a copy of it.
We'll give you a copy as soon as we have it.
Fine. Good luck and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Paul.
Merry Christmas.
Ed.
Commissioner?
All right, let's begin. I want that letter in tomorrow's 7 editions. And it better be a good one.
You know, aside from his capture, if it works, our circulation will go up.
And if it doesn't, maybe we'll go up.
Get to it. Miles north in a small Connecticut town, a man was putting together a bomb. He used a length of ordinary pipe, 10 feet of insulated wire, a kitchen timer, and a stick of explosive dynamite. He was a good mechanic. 4 men with a combined newspaper experience of 125 years were drafting a letter to a madman, that no one had ever knowingly seen.
You cannot continue much longer without your being caught.
No, we can't threaten him. If we phrase it that way, we'll be asking for trouble.
That's right.
Every sentence was chiseled with the utmost thought, carefully chosen for its effect on one man alone, a mad bomber.
Try that.
Okay, so this is how it reads now. This newspaper is also willing to help you in two other ways. It will publish all the essential parts of the story that you may make public.
That last part. How about an appeal to his ego? Changing it to, the parts of your story that you may choose to make public. What do you think?
Good. Put it in.
And in his cellar, a seemingly normal man with an abnormal hate set out to prove the journal right. Twice the letter was read to top police officials. Each time suggested changes were incorporated. One deadline came and went. The first edition rolled on the giant presses without the letter completed.
An open letter to the mad bomber. Give yourself up. For your own welfare and for that of the community, the time has come for you to reveal your identity. The New York Journal-American guarantees that you will be protected from any illegal action, that you will get a fair trial. This newspaper is also willing to help you in two other ways. It will publish all the essential parts of your story as you may choose to make it public. Give you the full chance air whatever grievances you may have as the motive for your acts. We urge you to accept this offer now, not only for your own sake, but for the sake of the community. Time is running out and your prospects of remaining unapprehended. You can telephone the city editor of this newspaper, or you can go to any policeman on the street and tell him who you are. Give yourself up now.
Anything to add? Okay, Paul. Take it upstairs.
Front page, Journal-American. Special delivery.
The linotyper punched out the words. They were set in hot type and rushed to makeup. And on December 26th, the day after Christmas, on page 1, the first direct appeal was made to the mad bomber. The city and the Journal-American settled down, awaiting his answer. The bomber remained at large. In the back of everyone's mind, the same dark question. Where and when would he strike again? Another theater? A public utility, as he had once before? Railroad station? Bus station? Telephone booth? Department store? New York held its breath and tried to think of Christmas. December 26th passed. December 27th came, dragged slowly by, was over. Still no word. December 28th, mid-afternoon.
I read your paper of December 26th. Where were you people when I was asking for help?
Placing myself in custody would be stupid. Do not insult my intelligence. Bring the Consolidated Edison to justice.
It seems that's who he's after.
I will keep my word. No bombs until after mid-January. The method of bombing will then be different.
A truce until the 15th.
Hold on a second.
My days on Earth are numbered. Most of my adult life has been spent in bed. My one consolation is that I can strike back, even from my grave. Signed, F.P.
We're holding 7 for replate. Unless we put out an extra, we'll have to roll.
Go ahead and replay.
Just a minute, Mr. Bergson. I hate to do this, but you'll have to kill that story.
You realize what you're asking?
I'll call you back.
For the time being, at least. Believe me, it's in the public interest.
Commissioner, we're mindful of our duty, but we're also a newspaper.
He said he'd resume bombing on the 15th of January. Do you realize what would happen on the 14th? A couple of million people will be headed for the mountains.
Well, we'll delete that part about the truce.
I'm sorry, but we've been after this guy for 16 years. If you print this, every amateur busybody will be out snooping. We can't have the investigation gummed up the first time we get a break.
Commissioner, the story is sure to leak out. By now, I bet every paper in New York knows you're here.
And the bomber's expecting us to print that letter. We gave him our word. Won't that stir him up?
Hold on a second.
Mr. Bergson, I can't stop you, but you started this as a public service. Officially, and as a friend, I urge you to remember that.
They're waiting, Seymour.
Tell him to roll.
As is, without the story?
As is.
Thank you, Seymour.
Commissioner.
Here we've got the story of the year, and look at our headline. City shivers in record cold.
I'm worried about the bomber. We said we'd print his letter, and we aren't. Sammy's not going to like that. Not one little bit.
You people have learned nothing from Hell Week. You insist on poisoning the minds of the people against me. You put me in the worst possible position deliberately. Then you ask that I confide in you. I have been betrayed once again. I do not trust you. You have the choice of placing the main contents of the letter sent you before the public, or you had better have a very good reason for not doing so. Your time is running out.
So you see, Commissioner, this being Tuesday, we only have till Thursday to print his letter.
That leaves us little choice.
No choice at all.
Okay, print it. And the second letter he sent, the threat?
Well, that best be forgotten.
I agree. We need more details about him. He mentioned Con Edison. Try to find the reason for his hatred. That's step number 1.
Fine. Thank you, Commissioner. Thursday, January 10th. 2 weeks after it was received, the bad bomber's first letter was finally printed. Next to it, page 1, another carefully worded open letter addressed to him by the Journal American. The letter asked for details.
There were over 12,000 danger signs in the plant. Yet not even first aid was available or rendered to me. I had to lay on cold concrete. Later, pneumonia. 3 months later, TB.
The mad bomber answered. He listed his grievances. He extended the truce.
We need one final thing. He trusts you. Get the exact date of his injury.
We've already checked that. That's right, Commissioner. September 5th, 1931. Yes, sir. Monday, January 21st, 1957. In the offices of the Consolidated Edison's file room, alert eyes spot a date on a folder yellow with age.
Mr. Lyons, come quick. It's him. His name's Metesky. George Metesky.
Well, nothing? Nothing yet.
When was it Richards called?
Oh, an hour ago. At least an hour ago.
He was in Waterbury then.
Hello. Well, keep on holding it. This is not Garden Club news we're waiting for. Nervous Nellie in the press room.
Take it easy, Ed. Take it easy.
Bergson, hello. Yes, put him on, operator. It's Richards. Yes, hello, Guy. Yes, I can hear you. Good. They got him. Take it upstairs, Ed. Listen, Guy, before I turn you over to rewrite, how did he act? Was he surprised? Did he put up a fight?
No. No struggle. He seemed relieved. Glad the whole thing's over. What? No, FP stands for fair play, he said. Where do you see what he looks like?
What did you mean, what he looks like? What kind of a man is he?
Well, it's like this.
Excuse me, sir. I would like to say something, if I may. I would like to say, sir, that the Journal American did something that nobody else could do in 16 years. You stopped the bombings. You know, this is the happiest day of my life.
All right, Mr. Bergson. I'll take rewrite now.
The capture of the Mad Bomber made headlines all over America. It was the principal news item for days throughout the civilized world. The Journal American was praised by rival newspapers and editorials. And telegrams poured in to Seymour Bergson from the governor of the state, the mayor of the city of New York, the head of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The Journal American and Seymour Bergson kept their promise to the bomber. They had promised him justice. And on his behalf, they retained one of New York's outstanding compensation lawyers. You know, a newspaper is an entity, a collective, a group of human beings all working together towards an end. And the case of the Mad Bomber demonstrates this working together as few other stories do in our time. There are 2,200 members on the working staff of that paper. And from pressman to rewrite man, from makeup man to publisher, this was the story brilliantly turned out on Deadline.